Title: Captain Tylor and the Divine Encounter. Setting: the Soyokaze is drifting through an uncharted region of deep space, far beyond the borders of the United Planets Space Force. Strange anomalies appear on their sensors, time seems to dilate and communication is down. The ship is momentarily engulfed by a blinding light, seen the encounter. Inside his modest captain's quarters, Justy Wakey Tylor lounges in his chair, sipping tea and humming lazily to himself. Suddenly everything goes still. The ship around him fades into white. He blinks and finds himself standing in what appears to be a vast, serene garden, untouched by war or politics. A figure approaches, radiant but gentle, dressed in plain robes. There is peace in his eyes, a peace that seems to pierce even the absurd chaos of Tylor's soul. "Jesus Christ, Captain Tylor, and do you know where you are?" Tylor, scratching his head. Either I fell asleep during a nap or I accidentally stumbled into a spiritual maintenance field. Wait, are you... Jesus. I am the way, the truth, and the life. You've drifted far, not just through space, but in purpose. Tylor, blinking, uncharacteristically quiet. That's a pretty heavy intro, but I'm just a guy trying to keep his crew happy and get by without making things worse. Jesus, you mask wisdom behind foolishness and peace behind whimsy, but your heart is open. I see your desire, not for power or glory, but for harmony. That too is a gift. Tylor lowers his usual grin. This moment is different. There's no enemy to joke with, no superior to frustrate. Here his soul is laid bare. Tylor, so am I in trouble? I always figured if I did things my own way and didn't hurt anyone, that'd be enough. Jesus, smiling softly. Love is the foundation of your choices, but even love must be anchored in truth. You've inspired others through your freedom. Now it's time to understand the weight of that freedom. Jesus reaches out his hand. Tylor sees visions, how his seemingly absurd decisions gave courage to his crew, how compassion disarmed enemies, how his unpredictability saved lives, but also how carelessness could have cost them all. She says, I gave mankind the ability to lead not through domination but by serving. Lead with intention, Captain. Not as a jester adrift, but as a shepherd who knows the value of each soul under his care. Tylor, quietly. So I'm not just lucky? Jesus, no. You've been guided, even when you didn't know it. Return to reality. Tylor wakes up in his chair. His tea is still warm. On the bridge, Yamamoto reports everything's back to normal. But when Tylor walks onto the bridge, his eyes are clearer. He gives real thought to his crew's worries, to his decisions. Still smiling, still relaxed, but now with a strange sense of purpose that makes even Yamamoto pause. Close to stretching. Well, folks, I think it's time we actually planned our next move. Let's not just drift around like jellyfish anymore. His crew blinks in shock. Those Kim. Captain, are you feeling okay? Tylor, grinning. Never better. Let's fly. With purpose. Epilogue. Though he never tells anyone what he saw, Tylor becomes a quiet pillar of strength. Not because he changed his personality, but because something deeper now guides him. He still drives admirals insane, but behind his goofy smile, there's a heart awakened to a higher calling. Love, responsibility, and the unseen hand that had always guided his journey. Theme. The encounter shows that even the seemingly foolish and irresponsible can carry deep spiritual insight, and that divine purpose can shine through the most unexpected of vessels.